Pull the trigger or get shot. Pull the trigger or get shot. Pull the trigger or get shot. Run, motherfucker, run, motherfucker, run! Pull the trigger or get shot. Pull the trigger or get shot. Pull the trigger or get shot. Run, motherfucker, run, motherfucker, run! Pull the trigger or get shot. Pull the trigger or get shot. Pull the trigger or get shot. Run, motherfucker, run, motherfucker, run! Fuck!
Konnichiwa, Minagawa. This is Minaga Katsueki, and I am your furry ENVTuber representative. And for my one stream of the week, I am going to be attempting yet again to beat the Anguish Guardian of the Ruins. I have been practicing this for about a week and a half now. since we last did this. Hello Jacob, I'm doing well. How are you? I feel like I haven't gotten any worse. I'll say that at this fight. More often than not, I'm able to get to his second phase, but it's still a bit of a struggle. I will say that if I hadn't figured out that I could parry red attacks, this fight would genuinely be impossible. Skong. I decided to get back into Lies of P and did the DLC. It was really good overall. It is very well put together, and just the right amount of challenge. It's not oppressively difficult, but it is challenging. Yet to break its trident. It can be done though. Just haven't been able to pull that one off. Up. Ouch. I like that, please. That's what Daddy wants. By the way, you're still parrying. It's an unbound encounter. Far enough away from there. Ah, that was not it. Stamina. Ah! I was trying really hard to get close to him so I could knock him over. Some people feel the way they make Silksong difficult as Bull. I feel that that's how I felt about the Elden Ring DLC. Just right, you can break his hand air go thingies in one cycle. Silksong DLC for Hollow Knight, or is it a separate game? on to booting up Hollow Knight and choosing choosing Hornet instead? Or is it its own standalone game? It was originally supposed to be DLC, but it grew into a sequel. Ah, I see. I was looking at it on Steam, and $20 is very cheap for a game of Silksong's magnitude. So I was thinking that maybe it was actually DLC. They could have easily charged like $30 or $40. And absolutely no one would have had problems with that. On the correct side of his hand to do that one cycle. Kind of like that. Hollow Knight is the tutorial for Silksong. Apparently Hornet fucks you because she is part god. She outlasts all of her lovers. Outlasts in what way? Like in orgasming or like in life expectancy? Because that statement can be interpreted multiple ways. like the one attack I can consistently parry. Okay. What's going on right now? Stand up. Out of stamina. You only killed me because I ran out of health. Cosplaying Hornet. I wasn't able to get a picture. It looked really cute in the outfit. they had the perfect twink figure for Hornet. Twink specifically describes like the figure, but Femboy describes the look overall. Like a femboy doesn't necessarily have to be skinny like a twink. Like you can have a femboy this like muscular or like athletic or an otter pup, I suppose. So I wouldn't even say it's like all femboys are twinks, but not all twinks are femboys. I wouldn't say it's even like that. Of twinks and femboys, I will say that most femboys are twinks. He's gonna flip around, so I'm not gonna get close to him. Just when he gets to the rules of state leader. And the King of Puppets on the first try. Oh, good for you, Archie game. It took me like a total of like 6 streams to do all of those. try to calculate how long it's taking me to do this way. It. This is it, folks. Cinematic finish. Fucking finally. Jesus Christ. I'm not even happy about it because it took me so long to do. Some theorists think that the Guardian is the original Order of the Trident of the Covenant. That'd be interesting. It did seem like he kind of had it during the fight. Torture the Guardian's ego, ergo. Ego too, I suppose. Oh, it's a face. I didn't have time to enjoy this. I'm gonna have to walk through the mouth, aren't I? Like, says here to complete. Did I fight that person yet? I'm not sure. The name doesn't really sound... You can turn his ergo in for the Pale Knight, a really good weapon. The Pale Knight. Forbidden book, the Wish Granter. A damaged book with a handwriting warning label. Be warned, this heretical text is designated false scripture. Unauthorized possession will be punished. And so, hashtag appeared in a vision as Saint described as follows. The being's alluring eyes alternated in color between gold and rust, depending on the light, but they pale next to his magnificent smile, a most amicable expression. Hashtag had a smile that offered wisdom and benevolence. It could make wishes come true. For that moment I knew for certain, this seemingly benevolent being was very dangerous indeed. For hashtag did not know good or evil. Hashtag appears to bear humanity only goodwill. Hashtag also reflects the desires of those around it, striving to make them happy. But this being is only a mirror. It cannot comprehend the moral compass of good and evil. And those who ask for their wishes to be granted will in the end see the results they've wrought, a hell built from brick after brick of good intentions. As my last wish, I ask hashtag to return underground. In this way, the world will remember only supreme benevolence. This is a lot like a certain plot line in Toilet Ban Hanako-san, one of the anime that I will be talking about during the anime recap whenever I get to do it. There is a red house that grants you wishes in exchange for living things. And I guess depending on what the wish is that you need, like the greatest sacrifice you need to get the house. So it could be anything from a frog to a person. She's the boss before Simon. She's the lady with the lightning sword. Oh, the blue lady. The blue lady with the balls. Oh god, yes, okay. Although did I beat her in one stream? I think I beat her in one stream, but not in one try. You can find a smallest impressive prototype of Leglasia's sword in the mines. He was was gonna end the stream after that hour and a half, but then wanted to get practice and recorded it. But the little first practice he beat her and panicked because that wasn't supposed to happen. He quickly restreamed the show to show he beat it. Anything else up here? Flavor Bridge. Did you ever find the hidden boss in the mines of this DLC? I did not. Should I go back for them? Now that the Anguish Guardians of Boreal Valley is done with, Leia's note to whoever finds this place in the future: feel free to use anything you find here as you see fit. I don't need them, but perhaps these items will prove useful to you. The world grows more dangerous every day. Whoever you are, I pray for your survival. Leia FM in the morning. Whoa, Firebase cat dust. Cat dust. So, cat dust. Is it dust for cats? Or is it dust made out of cats? A request to a friend.
お兄ちゃん
Though Nichan had nothing to do
If
with
you've
the
received
request.
this message, then I am likely dead. Either I have been cut down by a blade, or I have succumbed to the disease consuming my body. I don't know which will find me first. But before the end, I will save Romeo. And I have a request. Take care of him. Please, do this for me.
Take care of him. What
If he
exactly
gets
do you
any
mean by
foolish
that?
ideas about exacting revenge or completing my mission, stop him. You have my permission to slap him if that's what it takes. And tell Romeo. Tell him to be happy.
I have to kill you, Solo. Out of Kino's invitation. Oh, there's a lot of old-timey records here.
To my dearest and most esteemed stalker, I wish I could personally see
forget
your
that he's-
face this very
That he sounds
moment.
like Heath Ledger's
How do
Joker.
you like my masterpiece? I poured my very soul into it with all my heart.
That is the direction they gave the voice actor. Just sound like Heath Ledger.
Formal introductions, of course not. For it is I, your dear Latino. You took many things from me. Arms, legs, a sunny outlook on life. And then you drove nine blades through me.
9 blades through
All
me.
on your own. So, I have only you to thank.
This is a long recording.
I am grateful. Never in my
Why is the
life
puppet
have I
coughing?
known such
Or
shameful
was
disgrace.
Arlecchino a guy before he became a before someone made a puppet out of him?
Joy.
Was there a human Arlecchino?
You heard it correctly. Joy.
Because otherwise it wouldn't make sense for him to be coughing.
For in that moment, my dear, you became interesting, worthy of my attention and study. All humans are intriguing to me, but you shall help me shape my study of humanity, my
Oh, he's doing something.
Dear Stalker, I have crafted a test that will reveal your heart, your soul, your true self. It's a simple choice. Life is precious, so I wonder, which life do you value more? Yours or your apprentice's? When you have listened to this
Seems like
message,
Arlecchino got
do
to
pay a
Romeo
visit
first.
to the Rose Estate.
Everything leads to the
I
Rose
have
Estate.
something you want back, don't I? And you owe me, Stalker, one way or the other. I intend to collect that debt.
This it reads like the video that the Joker made in the Dark Knight with the fake Batman that was tied up, and like Joker's like holding the camera all shakily with his big ass makeup face in front of the camera from an unflattering low angle. It's very much like that. They took so much from the Dark Knight for inspiration. Arlecchino's kind of like the Joker, yeah. He's like
still have
exactly
time.
like Heath Ledger.
Leia must be headed to the Rose Estate. If we can save Leia and Romeo, I think this is our shot at changing things.
I'm gonna go to here though. Okay, Jacob, which stargazers should I go to be nearest to the optional boss? Level up. Go to the first stargazer of Area 3. And keep running out of stamina. I'm slightly heavy right now. I don't know why. Stargaze of Area 3. Ancient ruins. In Avengers Endgame, Scott Lang can't find his daughter's name on the memorial. This is because they decided to not put the names in alphabetical order. Down the path and into the door to the left. This path? That's not a path, that is an elevator. Oh wait, I need to change. Go back to the puppet string. Because this arm is not conducive for small enemies. Down the path and into the door to the left, and then down the ladder into the left. Shaw. If you wish to learn the secrets of firebending, you must learn them from the masters, Rad and Shaw. I missed the door. It's supposed to be here. Ah, this door. Okay. And down the ladder. And then to the left. Do I use dexterity? No. So this is a dexterity weapon that I'm using, the trident, but I put a motivity crank on it, so now it scales more with motivity than dexterity. Right and left down, there'll be a cliff you can get on in the middle. That's one of these. Ah, I missed it.
What the blazes was that? What the blazes was that?
Oh, is this what Jiminy was talking about? Oh, hi. Oh, gross. Oh, it's an alien baby. Pre-metamorphic green hunter. Oh, Jesus. I don't like how big you really enjoyed hugging. Bad touching. Our friend from the swamp. What the heck is it doing here? Let's switch up my ambulance again. Let's see, increases weight limit. What was that one? That'll definitely make me heavy. Piercing hatred. I was using this, but I forget what I got rid of in order to make me not be heavy. know it was this amulet. Slightly heavier, that's the problem. All of these frames are heavier. I'll go with that. So I'm worried more about the decay right now. Nintendo adding fucking Virtual Boy to Switch 2. Laying scene. Bring back the Virtual Boy. I don't know if anyone has ever asked for the Virtual Boy to be brought back. The Virtual Boy accessory for Switch 2 would be $100. Is it going to be a Virtual Boy? Like, are you gonna have to actually look through the little thing in order to play the game? How do I get down there without the floor collapsing? Okay, just like that. Is anyone gonna buy that? Is anyone gonna buy that? Like, okay. Now, is it just gonna be like a Virtual Boy Classic? Or is Nintendo doing like modern VR now? Because if they're doing modern VR, then okay, like it would make sense. But then if it's just going to be a Virtual Boy, when alongside the Oculus and the MetaQuest and whatever that other thing was that the other company was making, then why? really need to know what the capabilities of this thing are. Because if for one thing, if Nintendo is releasing a $100 VR thing that can stand alongside like the others, that would be quite the power move. But if it's a $100 VR thing that can only play VR games from 1996. And that's not very smart. But I don't have enough information about this. Oh. I got distracted by his no ass crack, and I don't know if it's better or worse that it doesn't have cheeks. Oh, is this? Oh, yeah, that was the guy in prison. I still haven't found him. The alchemist. It's near the submarine dock. Gross. Very different from the Anguished Guardian. I'm back. And sometimes that scream leads to a different attack pattern. It's not the same string of attacks every time. allowed in here. Messing up the timing of that. Ah! Why did it away? Did not get away. Now, there was a rave at the anime convention last night, and only at a rave at an anime convention. So no, it was actually there was someone doing like legit martial arts in the middle of the dance floor. Which only at an anime convention rave would someone jump in and just start doing martial arts. Oh, he runs again. Alright, cool. Was doing like high kicks and backflips and it was a lot of fun, that part of the convention. It's fun being around people that are just as awkward as I am. We understand each other. Reading his attacks is going to take some time. Surprisingly hard, yeah. very erratic, hard to read. He changes up his attack patterns. Oh, I blocked that. Oh, he sucked Ergo out of me, I think. He healed himself. You would think so, but maybe he was younger and more spry in his younger days. It's like how baby snakes are more deadly than adult snakes, because the baby snakes don't know how to control their venom, so they dispense more of it. Stop this. got me out of the dodge. Oh, slapping me as you back away. You're real mature, buddy. Almost missed it. Starts off right. That was not a smart move on my part, but I'm doing it every time because it's impossible for me to learn. It's actually impossible. Doctors have tested it. I cannot learn from my mistakes. Stop spitting your goo. You dig it? Why would you charge me when I'm right in front of you? I suppose because it turns out it's very effective. It's super effective. Oh, I'm sending a complaint to the Koreans. Not even just the Koreans that made this game, but all of the Koreans, including the northern ones. Hey, I blocked that attack properly. Why did it not register? And then they'll say, we don't speak English. And that would be the end of the conversation. You have too many eyes. Vacuous Green Hunter. Cos, or as some say, Cosm. Grant us eyes. Oh, grant us eyes. Taking it? Oh, that was too quick. Almost messed that up. Just like I messed that one up. I haven't gotten to the point where I was before. Could always leave him for later. I'm not gonna come back here. Besides, if I come back later, I'll lose the little bit of muscle memory that I have for fighting him. Coming back to bosses later is a bad idea for a game like this. Because it's not like I'm gonna get like remarkably stronger at this point. At this point, I am at the level that I'm going to be until the end. So if I don't do it now, it's never going to get done. wanted to use as an excuse for why I'm not doing well. Have you ever seen that video? Whoops. Have you ever seen that video of the guy? He's like relaxing on a chair by the river or something. It's like a river, like a picturesque like mountain stream or something. And a bear just like walks up next to him. The bear just walks up next to him and just like starts chilling and sitting near where he is. And it's just like looking out at the river with him. and the guy and like eventually the bear like tries to get closer to him, and the guy's like, "Hey, whoa, 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 whoa!" and the bear's like, "Okay, dude, I guess I'll leave." And then the guy pans the camera. Oh shoot! I hit the side of the cliff. I took damage. And the guy pans back to the river, or like downstream. And there's like 7 or 8 bears just like all near the river. And you're just like wondering, what is that guy doing there? There's like nothing but bears in there. Several years ago. Tank and stamina. There's a bunch of dead puppets in here, I just realized. Oh, this green hunter is hunting the puppets working in the mine. That's the environmental storytelling. They dug too far in here and reached the green hunter. It's like, well, this is how it ends. Oh, that wasn't even where I was. It may not look like it, but I am starting to learn. I know I said I couldn't learn before, but that was a lie. I can learn in certain circumstances. This has nothing to do with anything, but I finished reading The Shining for the first time. And The Shining by Stanley Kubrick is one of my favorite movies, but I will admit that the book is a lot better than the movie. Like so much better than the movie. Although I still do enjoy the movie. You know, one criticism that I always heard about the Shining movie is how Jack Nicholson wasn't a good pick for Jack Torrance because there was no build up to his craziness. Jack Nicholson is just like instantly crazy. And like instantly angry and mad and things like that. But the first line in the Shining book is from Jack Torrance is Jack Torrance thought officious little prick. That's what the first thing that Jack Torrance says inside of his head is officious little prick. And he's talking about the manager of the Overlook. Well, not the manager, but the guy that's doing like the pre-interview for the Overlook Hotel. And it was like, yeah, that's Jack Nicholson right there. And from reading the book, I couldn't help but imagine Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance. And I'd say that if the writing, it wasn't Jack Nicholson's fault, I don't think. It was the writing for the character. The writing made it so there was no build up. But if the writing could have fit the Jack Torrance in the book a little bit better, and Jack Nicholson would have been able to pull that part off, I feel. but Jack Torrance did not start off as this moral character or anything. He had anger issues. He had problems. You know, in the movie they do talk about how he broke Danny's arm from being mad, like before the events of the book, before the events of the movie. I mean, but in the book he had done a lot more bad things. Other than breaking Danny's arm that were not discussed in the movie. Like he drove drunk and probably ran over a kid, and he just never told anyone about it. Like at no point in the book does he ever admit that he might have run over a kid. And there's also, because he was a teacher before he became the caretaker for the Overlook, and the reason he got fired from being a teacher is because he had broken another kid's arm at school, because the kid was slashing his tires. I don't remember if Jack was a teacher in the movie, or if he had been a teacher. I think they just had him working at the Overlook without discussing why he wanted to work at the Overlook. But the reason was because he had no job, and his friend got him, put in a good word for him as the manager of the Overlook. I mean, the caretaker of the Overlook. And also, it wasn't portrayed well in the movie, but Jack did not just go crazy himself. Which in the movie, it's like, yeah, the Overlook is influencing him. But in the book, the hotel literally possesses him. Like, it's literally not Jack by the end. It was the Overlook using Jack's body, which is insane. Because towards the end, Danny is able to break through to him. So like, Dad, don't listen to the hotel. You're still Jack Torrance. And Jack is like, I'm sorry, I have no control. Run away, Danny, please. Remember that your dad loves you. And then Jack dies, and the Overlook fully takes control of his body, which is a much more sad and tragic end than the Danny, oh, come back here, Danny, oh. and Jack Nicholson was doing in the maze at the end. Still a great movie. Here's Johnny. You know, he doesn't say here's Johnny in the book, but he does. He does use he does break through the door. Because you know what's funny? You know what's really funny? Like in the movie, a little behind the scenes lore for the Shining, the production. Jack Nicholson, well, in the book, I think Jack Torrance is was a former firefighter, and also Jack Nicholson for real was also a former firefighter. So when he had the axe for that famous Here's Johnny scene, they had, I don't remember what they had to do, but he was breaking through the door too quickly with the axe. So I forget what it was they had to do, or what Jack Nicholson had to do, but he had to break through the door like less effectively or something, so that there was a bit more drama with that scene, because he was doing it too well. Because of his firefighter training. But it was funny that both Jack Torrance and Jack Nicholson were both firefighters. Shoot, I can't do it when he's that close to me. But also in the book, it's not an axe that Jack Torrance uses. It's a croquet mallet. So croquet plays a huge part in The Shining for some reason. I don't know if it was just to do like foreshadowing for the fact that he would try to murder his family with a croquet mallet, but croquet plays a huge part in the whole story. But I don't know if it's for another reason other than like, hey, remember croquet, because Jack Torrance is gonna like try to beat his wife and kids' heads in with the croquet mallet. It's kind of like how Robert Patrick was too good at running, in Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and kept catching up to the bike, so he had to slow himself down. Even then, he was fast because he trained running while keeping a blank face and ended up being able to run faster. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Both Jack Nicholson and Robert Patrick were too good at their job, so they had to like tone it down a little bit. I didn't know that keeping the blank face was part of it. I wonder if that can work with anybody. Like just keeping your face neutral. While you're running. Oh, almost. That charge might have gotten me though, afterwards. You know, Stephen King loved using the N-word in The Shining. Not as much as so does Quentin Tarantino. Only in Django Unchained though. And in Glorious Bastards he says Negro. Django Unchained, like Leonardo DiCaprio was not all comfortable with using the N-word, but then both Samuel L. Jackson and Jamie Foxx gave him N-word passes, which getting an N-word pass from Samuel L. Jackson is like the most official N-word pass that anyone could ever get. If you get an N-word pass from Samuel L. Jackson, you just have it for life. The Robert Patrick thing, he was only training because he wanted to look like a cold, emotionless machine, which he pulled that off like perfectly. I look at Robert Patrick in Terminator 2, and I think this man feels nothing. He nailed it. You know, who do you think?
Oh my god! Wow!
Who do you think played the Terminator better? Arnold Schwarzenegger in the first Terminator, or Robert Patrick in Terminator 2? I mean, it's obviously Robert Patrick though, right? He was a better Terminator than Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the first movie. Both. I think Robert Patrick played a better Terminator than Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was more afraid of Robert Patrick in the second movie than I was of Arnold in the first movie. But also the second movie is just better. Sylvester Stallone got tricked into not doing Terminator. How was he tricked? I'm interested in this piece of lore. got tricked by Arnie into doing stop and my mom would shoot because Arnie said he wanted to do it, baiting Stallone since he'd already seen the script and knew it would suck. So Stallone would say yes, sign the contract, and get stuck in the role. Arnold then did the Terminator. That's genius. That's some Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck rivalry right there. Like, oh, if you want to do it, then I must want to do it too. That's some duck season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, rabbit season, duck season, bang. I've never heard of stop when my mom would shoot. Ooh, at least I stopped in there. Stop it dead in your tracks. Stamina. It's always that attack pattern that gets me. During the production of Ants, they wanted Arnold to be a soldier ant. He offered way too much, so they moved on. They then asked Stallone, upon hearing Arnold was passed up, Stallone offered to do the role for free. Oh man. Two buff American immigrants, both trying to be action heroes, just couldn't get along with each other. A very heated rivalry. Yeah, they were the two big action stars in the 80s and 90s. And there were others, but they were two of the biggest ones. can't believe Ants got a free Sylvester Stallone. Just because Arnold passed up the road for not getting paid enough. I remember when my parents took me. Actually, I don't remember if we actually saw the movie or not. But I do remember me thinking that it would be like a Bug's Life and wanting to see it. But I don't remember if my parents took me to see it and then they just rented it, or if they had like seen the news or something and was like, hey, this isn't for kids, we're not gonna take you to see this. But it was not like a Bug's Life at all. It was just, the only thing it had is similar with the Bug's Life is that it had ants in it. He's weak to fire, so use the grinder to apply fire to your weapon. You know, now that I should have like thought about that before. He does look like he's weak to fire. I'm gonna do that. Wrong Ants movie. Well, that was Ants. Well, first of all, Bug's Life is like, well, it actually isn't way older. Bug's Life came out in 1996. Ants, I don't remember when Ants came out. I think it was around the same time. Talking about Ants, right? The one that had a literal war and death with a talking severed head. Yeah, no, but you don't get that from the movie poster. I had just seen A Bug's Life, and I loved A Bug's Life, and then I see the movie poster for Ants, and it's like, oh, another movie about ants. I like The Bug's Life, so I like Ants with a Z too. But then that's the thing, I don't remember if my parents thought the same thing and they took me to see it, and then they were like, oh, we should not have taken our 5-year-old kid to see this movie, or 4 years old, I forget how old I was at the time. Or if they were like, no, Mia, you're not gonna go see this. We've seen the newspaper or the local news say, hey, this movie is not for kids, even though it's animated. I do remember eventually seeing it, but I don't remember in what format, whether it was on television or something, or if it was in a movie theater. I should ask my dad that at some point if he actually did, if he or my mom actually did end up taking me to see ants when I was a kid. Just being like, oh, this was one of those parental uh-ohs, parental oopsies. Perfect scenario. Oh, he ran away. Oh, you little shit. You shit.
Get back here! I hate to say it, but we gotta let this one go, buddy. We have more urgent goals.
Because I have to fight him in the future. He can't die here. Way to preserve the timeline. That was funnier than it should have been. He just says, we gotta let this one go, buddy. Oh, wait, how do I get out of here? Oh, they just need to teleport back? I guess so. Because otherwise I would just be stuck here forever. Sea cliffs? Is this where I was before I went back? Oh, this is nice. Oh. Oh. We got an aurora up here. The English guardian of the Borealis Valley. This is very picturesque, including the shipwreck over yonder. How do I cross? It'd be fun if I could puppet string. Wait, who was it I was fighting? It was the English Guardian of the Ruins. But I call him of the Boreal Valley because he walks exactly the same. He has that same four-legged, butt hiked up in the air stance that that dude in Dark Souls had. Dark Souls 3, I think it was. So you fight him twice? Oh, you mean the guy I was just fighting? It was the pre-metamorphosis Green Hunter. You take a lot of hits. Oh, one of these. I thought you were gonna swing that. Okay. Swamp Thing that use puppets. Yes. Yes, we talked about this. This is the guy from the future. This is when he was a wee babu. Oh, okay. You gave him the hunger then. Well, he had the hunger before. He was eating puppets before this. There's a bunch of puppet carcasses in his little area. See, it looks so damn tasty. I know, I'm a snack. Never forget how hot Pinocchio is in this game. Pinocchio is definitely a twink. They turned the German puppet into a hot Korean, into a K-pop star. Suicide Dog. Fuck Trap's model is amazing. Oh, I hear someone. Sounds like the puppet that has the explosive, or like the backpack that's full of fire. Oh, it's another suicide dog. Porn creator who usually uses May. Oh, this thing. I really don't have the patience for you, but the screen before that. Whoa. Pinocchio could be one of the Saja boys. Yeah, here's a question. Did the studio that made Nimona also make K-pop Demon Hunters? Because the style looks remarkably similar. Well, actually no, now that I think about it, it doesn't look all that similar. But maybe kind of? A little bit. K-pop Demon Hunters looks more like Turning Red to me. Nimona was made by Blue Sky, really? Oh, I forgot about the other doggo. I dragged myself in to die. He pinned me down and exploded in me. K-pop Demon Hunters was made by Sony Animation. I sold out to Netflix because it didn't seem profitable. Never showed them. Sony keeps doing the dumbest things. They didn't. Okay, Sony. You didn't think the movie about the K-pop stars that are also hunting demons. You didn't think like that stylized animation along with the K-pop, which, by the way, K-pop is popular not just in Korea but also in Japan and America as well. You didn't think that movie would make a lot of money. You didn't see the marketing potential with that. How did they not think that would be popular? Not saying that I love the K-pop Demon Hunters, but it was pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. And I do have a Derpy figurine, as I showed in the Discord. My God, Sony. Who is running Sony right now? though they rejected the Batman Beyond movie in Spider-Verse style. Holy shit. Batman Beyond is like the best animated Batman spin-off series ever. Justice for Terry McGinnis. The K-pop Demon Hunter songs are outperforming normal song artists. To be fair, and this is kind of gonna cut into the praise I gave the movie. I don't think that the music in K-pop Demon Hunters was that great. It's okay, it serves a purpose. But most of the songs in it are just okay. Then again, I'm not really a big K-pop fan. Although Your Idol does slap. The last song performed by the Saja Boys, that one does slap. Really messed up with that one. Sony just has no idea what's popular, I guess. If I was a majority stakeholder in Sony, I would definitely call for the CEO to be fired after giving up K-pop Demon Hunters to Netflix. I would do everything in my power to get that dude fired. That is an unforgivable blunder. I mean, Disney gave up Nimona after Blue Sky went under. Oh, well, Nimona was good. Nimona was very good, but it didn't reach the level of popularity that K-pop Demon Hunters is currently experiencing. I think probably because it wasn't a musical. So I think it was probably the right move for Disney to sell Nimona, although they would still have made a good bit of money from that if they had distributed it themselves and just like dropped it on Disney Plus without a theatrical release. Yeah, that would have been the best move. 'Cause that wouldn't have cost them much of anything. Waiting for him to turn around. So I think he sees me. mines down. It is kind of perplexing. Instead of just releasing the movie on your own streaming platform, you decided to sell the movie to another company that is basically a streaming platform. Oh, I'm glad I didn't attack behind me. I felt like I was about to. Right there. I wish the mines would just explode after he dies. So they go off on a timer if no one steps on them. I think the same thing happened with Coyote versus Acme since Warner Brothers wanted to shove it forever as a tax write-off. Yeah. So make a movie. Step 1, make movie. Step 2, don't release it. Step 3, tax write-off. Step 4, profit? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Empty painkiller bottle. A bottle of painkillers used by Leia is completely empty. An overdose can be fatal for the average person. Painkillers cannot cure the petrification disease, nor can they effectively alleviate the suffering. Yet there are some who struggle to even live without becoming dependent on painkillers. So, you get much business out here? No, vigor. Oh, whoops. I didn't actually level up. Better. Why does this let the orphan cost arena? It really does. All it's messing is the giant dead mother squid.
This wretched cold. What I wouldn't give for a strong drink. Indeed, it feels as if we're at the end of the world here. Something scarred this place. The alchemists and their deadly infighting. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a living, breathing merchant who wants to stay that way. Let's stick to business.
This ill-fated amulet was so heavy that it could flatten the ground, but with no puppets capable of withstanding its weight, remaining attack, its production was ultimately halted. Why would you want an amulet to make that instantly changes your weight to very heavy? Apparently, oh, I will need the giant's amulet for something. Okay. Like, what's the point? Why? Rotten Tomatoes predicted John Wick would get 0% and flop. And now it's 4 movies and 7 planned spin-offs. Why would you? Oh. My captain, my captain. Why would you predict? How would you? What? Oh. Hey, what's overhead? Oh, just the sail? Feeling I missed the passage. Rotten Tomatoes gave Cuties an 88%. I don't really trust them. What is Cuties? Also, I do not trust Rotten Tomatoes. I don't trust any review platform, really. Because they never admit when they're getting paid by a company or whatever for their reviews. So it's like, what's the point of even listening to them? They're not bound by disclosure laws. About small kids twerking and overall being sexualized and making it sound like a good thing. That is quite disturbing. Whoever made that movie is probably in the Epstein files. It's like, just because you can doesn't mean that you should, you know? It's like, do I think Lolita is a valuable piece of literature? I do actually. It's actually a pretty pretty decently told story. Do I think anyone should ever make a movie out of it? Definitely not. Let's just keep that one as a book, you know? And just like avoid any controversy from making a Lolita movie. We don't really need to see that one put to film. Ow, I got chopped. It was the French. I think people have made movies based on Lolita. They probably shouldn't have done that. Because in order to properly tell the story of Lolita, you have to have an older man sexualizing a young girl. Like that is the whole book right there. Like very vivid descriptions of why this dude finds this 12-year-old girl so attractive. We don't need a visual representation of that. Why is everyone on this ship a duelist? There were hundreds of candidates that had to twerk and stuff. Who were the parents? Who were the parents that took their kids to that audition for the movie and said, "All right, twerk for the director"? Like, I know you want your kid to be a star, but maybe pass up on the audition where the director is asking them to twerk. Maybe let's not do that one. Maybe there'll be other opportunities, and if there aren't any, that's okay. At least there's no footage of my child twerking. I think the number of people online who read Lolita and think Humbert is just misunderstood is alarming. He's the definition of an unreliable narrator. Because throughout the book, he's describing like how attractive he thinks this little girl is, and but at the same time he's like, but I can't ever have sex with her, because if I do have sex with her, then she'll cease being a child, and she will no longer be this unspoiled beauty or whatever. And it's like, dude, you could just leave her the fuck alone. And stop putting yourself in situations with this little girl to where the child molestation is going to happen, or might happen. You could just not. No one asked you to go on a road trip with this little kid. You had to do none of that. A letter to the family, an unsent letter. The handwriting is messy, and and if as if written in a hurry. Marion, you must take the children, leave everything, and flee the moment you read this letter. Do not seek out relatives for safety. Just go and find a place some unknown to anyone else. Simon, that devil won't be satisfied until all who oppose him are dead. Who was that demon? Bladed King guys yet. This area is a little tough. Just swords are very poor quality. There. I didn't really need to. I think I did the exact same thing. To the exact same result. Oh, there's another guy here. Oh. Drag him instead of going for him. All about his mission 0, Stolas is really uncomfortable because of how addictive, horny he was for Bliss before the relationship grew. He would not leave Bliss alone and broke into his office to beg for sex. Yeah, they changed Stolas a lot after their first episode. Stolas was a completely different character. I think they must have rewritten him because they wanted Stolas to be more sympathetic. Because he did already have the power in the relationship because of his status. But if they kept making him act like he did, like how aggressive he was, that would have heightened the power disparity. The original pilot they did fuck with Stolas was still more about business and pleasure. Then he just became the horny hour we know and sort of love. I think after the conclusion of the second season, is it the second season? He's become much more lovable. Well, except when it comes to his daughter. He really fucked up with his daughter. Remake pilot literally bought balloons to say "fuck me" placed in his room, surrounded by romantic items while in a silk robe. Too long. Stop it. Heckin' duelist, man. Simmons was still realizing how much he fucked his relationship with Octavia. I mean, it's understandable. He chose to put his life on the line for Blitz because he realized he's loved him. But in his child's eyes, in Octavia's eyes, it just looked like he was choosing his lover over her. Because that's the way kids think. Which is very believable. Start dueling. It's time to guess I just have to look out for these doors. There might be a guy in there. Oh boy, more of these decayed things. Oh, it's a... oh. Unfortunate soul. Oh, gross. So sad. It's true. Can the alchemist stop? Just stop. Like, with nothing in particular, but just stop overall. I think those things are swordfish, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe they were swordfish. Okay. For one special. Oh, this is an epic shipwreck. How does that... Wait. How did... half the boat end up over there while this part is over here? Did a piece drift off after it crashed? Or is the ship actually bigger than what it looks like and there's like a third of it that's missing somewhere? I had swordfish steak once, so it was okay. I'm not that big into steak. Swordfish steak is just what we have chosen to call like a chunk of fish meat, because we don't really, because fillet wouldn't really be appropriate, I guess. So we call it a steak, but it's just a thick piece of fish. It's not actually a steak like how you would think of it as a beef steak. But I had swordfish too once. I'm not really into it. I don't really like the taste of the swordfish. I'd rather just stick to salmon or tuna. Oh, this guy has knives. Jesus Christ. I gotta make it through that whole area again. Ay, caramba. Dios mío. Yachata. Taihen desu ne. Have I had Rocky Mountain oysters? No, I have not had buffalo testicles before. You know, one of my old chefs, they actually wanted to get some Rocky Mountain oysters just to try, but they're very expensive. Because it turns out every living thing that has testicles only has 2 of them. I heard they're actually quite good despite what they are. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with like trying them once. It's just that they're really, really expensive, you know, because of the limited quantity. Ouch. know, why wouldn't they be good? The meat of the animal is good, why wouldn't the testicles be too?
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put
That would never get old. Unlike Biden. Biden got really old. I think it'd actually be a sad day when Biden actually dies. Because he's liked because he's a goofy little guy. Yeah, he's a goofy little guy that sold weapons to a terrorist regime so they could bomb innocent brown people in the Middle East. But you know, you don't really hear the media talking about that, do you? He's just corn pop. He's not a warmonger, even though he is. I'm not really gonna be sad when he dies. I'm not gonna celebrate, but I'm not gonna be sad. Cause he's like the #1 reason that we're dealing with Trump now. Sort of literally every president, even Obama. Yep, I don't like Obama that much either. He ran on hope and change and kept things exactly the same. You know who the #1 donors to Obama's campaign was? The banks. That's why he bailed them out when he became president. After the 2008 housing crisis, after everything was literally their fault, he bailed them out. Not have healed right there. I'll bomb my daughter's date. I think he did say that. But speaking of bombing Americans, he did an extrajudicial killing of an American overseas that was suspected of, like, terrorism or espionage or something. which I mean, okay, if you suspect that, then arrest him. But instead, he just did a drone strike on this person without giving them a trial. Obama is not a good person. Ouch. I'm allergic to bullets. First black president, he does nothing of note except not be white. Pretty much all that hope and change, and everything is still exactly the same, if not worse. I don't know if you remember, well, you probably wouldn't because you're British, but there was a point in Kamala Harris's campaign where Obama was speaking to a bunch of black men, and he was trying to encourage them to vote for Harris. Because at this point, her polling was not doing well. And instead of like talking about the things that Kamala Harris could be doing, or like saying like, hey, she's gonna do this for you, she's gonna do this, this, and this, and that's why you should vote for her. He basically just called all the black guys sexist and said that's why they don't like Kamala Harris. It's because of sexism. Which, to be fair, there was some sexism involved, but that wasn't the main reason why she lost. She lost because no one knew what her platform was. Jesus. I'm thinking too much about politics and I'm losing focus. Basically, TLDR, the Uniparty is real. They hired the wrong people to run that campaign. It was actually, I believe Kamala Harris's stepbrother that was running her campaign. He was one of the consultants. designed by the same campaign managers as Transformers 1. The Michael Bay one? I was not expecting him to turn around that quickly. Area wa taihen desu ne. Muzukashii desu. The animated one with Megatron ripped a guy in half. And he did that in the Bayverse Transformers 1. I ate before the stream, but I'm hungry again. Megatron likes ripping people in half. I think I would too if I was that big. Like Gregor Clegane. At a certain size, you just have to rip a guy in half. Ah! Like Shaquille O'Neal should have ripped at least one guy in half in his life. Like not just like not like a normal person, but like someone trying to rob him or something. Like someone of ill repute. Just like pick them up and tear them in half. The movie, Megatron ate Jazz Spark. Jazz's Spark? Or is Jazz's last name Spark? Again, let me finish my move. Let me finish my move. Spark is basically the Transformers' heart and soul. Kalima, motherfucker. I have not been able to get back to the iceberg. Use 4 crystals on that. 4 inks on that guy. Megatron, Optimus, and the Bayverse movies were the original voice actors from G1. One time both returned after us, a peak show Transformers Prime. That little section isn't long, but it becomes long because of how difficult it is to get through. Okay, can you not? I'm not gonna die to a fish. Okay. You watch Transformers Prime? No. I don't have any interest in Transformers. I didn't really like those cartoons as a kid, or those shows as a kid. I didn't like Transformers. I didn't like Power Rangers. I didn't like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those shows never really appealed to me. So I don't see why I would get into them now. Boring. I'm sorry. I didn't choose what I was into as a kid. I just either liked it or I didn't. a good opportunity to attack. Critical hit. There's no shortcut around, is there? Did I miss that I can cut through here? I just have to deal with it? Triangle Ripper 2 remake. This should have been the first game remake, right? Why 2? Because Nagito, that's why. Is Nagito really that popular? I guess he would be more popular than Byakuya. Nagito kind of fills that same spot as Nagito did of being the antagonist of the group. That kind of moves things along. Even though Byakuya somehow survives to the end. You have no idea. I hate Nagito. I like him, but I'm not like in love with him. He did keep things moving. And he did sacrifice himself for his beliefs. Which, you know, gotta respect that. Correspondence from beyond the sea. You know what? I'm glad V3 says his ass is not Squirrel carrying the scent of fine ink. To my respected brothers and sisters of the truth, your correspondence was well received. I cannot hide my awe regarding the events occurring here beyond the sea. Time and time again, I am enlightened by your profound learnings. I can only respond with my thanks. The golden medicine enclosed in your recent communique was most welcome. I have confirmed its efficacy on patients suffering mild symptoms of the stone disease, those whose lungs were not yet affected. Fortunately, it seems eradication of the disease on our shores is possible, as only some coastal residents show symptoms. Many lives are being saved thanks to the teachings of the Brotherhood. I shall post additional updates from Beyond the Sea soon. My wish is that you remain safe and well until then. May we someday meet, my brothers and sisters, here in the land of the Radiant Dawn. Deep bow. Dogeza. Nagito is the most beloved and at the same time most controversial character. There's one volunteer who works the convention circuit in my area that I see sometimes that always dresses up as Nagito. You know, I told her one time, it's like, you know, without Nagito, we would still be playing Danganronpa 2 right now. She was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he does move the plot along, you know. Without him, things wouldn't have happened. Oh, I didn't realize it was that low. Does this mean the pervert can die and the photographer cutie can live? You mean the pervert? Do you mean the mechanic guy? What's his name? In the yellow with the sharp teeth? Assume you don't mean Teru, because Teru was the second person to die. Oh, I just ran past you. I forgot about you. No, he's the ultimate breeder, not the ultimate chef. What? No, wait. Who are you talking about when you say pervert? Do you mean Gundam Tanaka? Gundam is not a pervert. How did I forget Teru died? I don't know. He was the first blackened of the game. The photographer, I don't even remember like what her deal was. She was only the second victim, but I don't remember anything about her except that she just had her hands on her hips all the time. I hope he dies first again. I mean, it's gonna be the same story. Like, if they have like different victims and different blackens, that would be kind of insane, honestly. If you play through the remake and you're like, oh, okay, well, this is going to happen. This is going to be the beat, and it's just like the art is going to be different, and then it's like a different person that dies. It'll be like, oh, okay, this is a new experience. I don't think that's how it's going to be, though. Mahiro, that's her name. Yeah, what was her deal? She was like an annoying feminist, wasn't she? Like, not like a real feminist, like a Twitter feminist. Kazuichi Soda's the sharp teeth and yellow jumpsuit. He's the ultimate mechanic. Yeah, Kazuichi was also a pervert. It was just like with Teru around, like you couldn't tell. But he was like always thirsting after Sonya. Like constantly. And Sonya was just like not paying him any attention. The real question though, would Mia play Danganronpa 2 remake? Or at least say fuck no. You know, I would play it if the story ended up being different from the original. Which I don't think they would do that. But I wouldn't just play like the same game again. God dang it. I am very much losing focus because you all got me thinking about Danganronpa. Which even after 2-3 years, however long it was since I played V3, it still cannot be let go. Gundam was the best guy with his 4 Darth Devas of destruction. You know, when I originally played Danganronpa 2, I was Deadset and Chiaki, the Ultimate Gamer, would be the first victim. Yeah, but she almost survived to the end. 3 to 4 years since you smashed your TV because the mono comes returned. What was the fucking point? They systematically die throughout all the punishments up to then, and then Monokuma brings them back with none of their memories. And then he says, "Hey, you're going to participate in this last trial." And then they're like, "What? We don't remember anything." And then they try to participate, and then because they did a bad job as the defense, Monokuma just kills them again. So like, what was the point? What actually was the point? Why? Why bother? Oh goodness, this is not gonna get any better. I think I have to end things for today. Unfortunately, there's gonna be no more streams this week because I'm going to be super busy for the rest of it. Because nothing matters. They were TV comic relief that can be destroyed and remade. But hopefully I will have more time to stream next week so that we can do V3 was a TV show. The whole thing was a TV show apparently. Everything up to that point, including the like 52 games that we didn't see. They were also a television show. Everything was a TV show. They were all actors and they had all lost their memories because nothing mattered. Nothing matters. That's the whole point of the game. God damn it. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. Please follow us so that you do not miss out on all this awesome content. Make sure you turn in the Guardian's Airgun and get the Pale Knight weapon. It's pretty good. I will do that. And until next time, Ja Mata. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a little dance.